You have 68 wins. You cannot 69 Mina.
I am that reminder that no matter how far you get in life, there's going to be someone like me, born with much more than you do, who can cash in and take it all away at any moment.
Come on over, Zeppelin. I'm being see, earlier I said something stupid to him, and now this is my receipt. Okay.
Sabu's just sabotaging you.
Yeah. He sure did.
Hijack,
yeah, he's taking over.
Hijacking is a better word. You're right.
Good luck.
Ooh, follow the white rabbit.
The mask has been removed, but I tell you what, he's still the same pro wrestler, whether he's wearing a mask or not.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Noah. I believe in Datula. The Meltzer of the multiverse. Who the fuck wants to compare themselves to another? How much of a mark do you have to be? You couldn't even pick a professional athlete. You went with a fucking journalist? Grow up, man.
We just want to say thank you to Simply Reliable Studios for voting us as Tag Team of the Year.
Of course.
Because you know what they say, right? If you can't swim,
You're bound to drizzle.
Tonight, she is sponsored by Simply Reliable Studios from Orlando, Florida. She is everybody's favorite BFF, Izzy Marino.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the weekly moderated insanity known as the Shenanigans here across the Simply Reliable Studios brand of channels. It is I, your moderator extraordinaire, the renegade of wrestling, JJ Williams, back in the host seat, joined by the Island of Misfit Toys, the simple man Noah Foster.
Hello everybody, and welcome back once again to the Simply Reliable Studios. You know what this is? Brand of cements and brands of voice that's for favorite fall-faced professional wrestling. Damn it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring in the rest of the panel. First and foremost, my partner in Love the Bed in AEW. We call the rest of the light and probably upset stomach mindset for some other stuff tonight. It is, of course, Mr. Reliable, Simply Reliable, and true original form, Walter Cruz.
Ronda won in literally 17 fucking seconds. She tackled Gina. Gina fought a little bit. She turned to the side, got that armbar, and she tapped. Literally 17 seconds in the first round.
Well, at least I know I can last longer than Gina Carano. We've got one half of the Canadian connection and a man who just got done doing some hockey coverage with the Scat Boy. Nick is here. What is up, sir?
Why were you guys talking about boobies for 45 minutes?
Theme of the week, today's.
She's yours, she's mine, she's our Canadian friend, Ash. That's actually elegant and not fake. Hello, Ash, how are you?
Enough is enough. I've had it with these motherfucking AEW wrestlers winning my motherfucking New Japan title.
Make sure you tune in every week because you never know who's going to drop in to join the Shenanigans. We do have the man who started it all. Jeff Meacham is with us.
I'm impressed with what's going on at the JCW. I'm happy for Russo. I'm happy for Vito. I am a viewer, again, when I can get home and sit my ass down for a half hour, whatever it is, and enjoy that shit.
Popping out before midnight virtually on this app. It is my cohort as fellow gamer and crazy wrestling watching aficionado, Carl Schultz, will also be joining me tonight in the fray as I welcome you into the Shenanigans once again at the end of this fine Saturday.
I just want to keep seeing Mr. Guana show up every single time and just Polyaska. I'm still agreeing with JJ. We still need that freaking multi-person puppet match.
A puppet is not a competitor!
Sex dolls are competitors if you go to the right company.
Teleporting in via the morphing grid, our very own Pink Ranger is here.
Hey,
everybody. You know, I know the firing of Scott Moore was controversial, but I feel like he needed to go in order for TNA to grow.
don't get me wrong, we had some good stuff under Scott D'Amore, but the company was just stagnant. And look how much they've grown.
If this is what it took for her to acknowledge some of my NXT talent, then I'm here for it. Because we know she doesn't work Tuesdays. So the fact that she watches Thursdays and is still getting exposed to my talent, like, hey, something happened, right? She told me the other night that Trick and A was some of the best stuff in TNA.
Yeah, I actually really did like Trick and A.
I was completely shocked and blown away to discover it was Chad Gable under that mask. I had no idea. I would have never guessed it. I never saw it coming. This was just mind-numbing. This was like the reveal that Juan Cena was John Cena. I never in a million years would have guessed that Chad Gable was going to be that match.
Is Fleet ever going to lose that title?
Well, everyone can be a dickhead, but how strong a dickhead are you is the real question. I have a pretty strong dick.
I'll think you report.
Good night, everybody. Hopefully no one else heard that.
Cool.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the weekly moderated insanity known as the Shenanigans. It is I, the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams, joined by the simple man Noah Foster. And for right now, sir, it looks like we're the only ones here.
Well, this should be interesting. Only one time in Open Mic Night Saturday Shenanigans history can I remember it has been the Superman and the Renegade show. So it was quick, it was simple, and it was under the 2-hour mark too. So you know me, I'm always ready to go, even in a state where my mind feels like it's melted underneath the softest of forms, it feels like. By the way, bravo. Quite an intro. Introducing the entire family and the evolution of what we have become at Slip.stream Studios. But that being said, JJ, good to see you once again to be back on the weekly moderate conversation of Wrestling Madness. That is the Saturday Shenanigans. Always have to help support co-host, but it's good to have you back where you belong, my friend. Makes my life, my night easy. So without further ado, let's get right into it.
Well, let's not, get too comfortable because this may not be a permanent thing, but hey, I had the day off and I got back from my festivities early enough where I could be here, and we're starting to get people popping in.
Ah, crap.
Good to see that. First of all, we're going to bring in, and I hope they saw the intro. First, we're going to bring in one half of the Canadian connection. He's not our Canadian friend, but we still love him regardless. The Canadian king of food, Nick, is here. How are we doing, good sir?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna pull a Noah tonight, and I got the timer. I got the timer rolling for y'all. It's a Noah night. It's a Noah night.
Damn.
Extremely rare occasion for Nick.
I create a brand new introduction that features you.
It was
first time playing it, and I get hit with "It's a Noah night." I started a timer on y'all.
No, it was honestly, guys, like, I know people are probably like, yo, did Nick did vanish? I swear to you, when I told you the other night, I wanted to go to bed at 8:00 at night, Eastern Standard Time, and my wife looked at me and she turned to me and she was like, "Did you get into a fight with JJ? Like, what did you piss off the boys? Why are you not doing wrestling?" And it was on Wednesday, and I'm like, "No, I'm fucking tired, dude. I want to go to bed."
I was gonna say, because that was Dynamite Summer Blockbuster, but from what I heard, you didn't miss nothing. But that's neither here nor there. We're not here to talk about that. Or maybe we are, because it's fan dictated tonight. But in addition to Nick popping up from out of the sewers, who made his debut in that intro, Charles is here.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I popped in, started up, and I had a smile on my face, going, "Oh my, am I in crazy land? Am I dreaming right now?"
No, sir. You have been around enough and on enough shenanigans, especially since the beginning of the year, that you warranted a spot in the intro.
Welcome to the family.
I love it.
As a member of the like guest starring, you haven't made it to the starring cast yet, but you know, the first couple of seasons of Family Matters, Steve Urkel was still a guest star, and by the time the show ended, it was the Steve Urkel show. So you never
That's
know.
fair.
You know, you could end up making it up to the main cast come the next intro.
Who knows? I love it.
Yeah. I just want to throw it out there that literally, as you guys are all talking, the wife came from out of the bed, out of the covers from the bed. She's like, "The boys are back." She literally heard all you guys.
What the hell?
Oh,
She
we're
said-
already off to a fun start.
And sorry, Charles. I mean, you're loved, but you're not that loved. She literally from the other room was like, "Miss you, JJ and Noah."
That's awesome. One of these nights, we're going to actually have to get your wife on an episode of Shenanigans with you the entire time. Just the two of you sitting together on camera, being a couple, causing havoc with each other. We've got to get her on an episode.
Honey, you gonna come on an episode?
Walter
You're
and
getting ideas now.
we'll get Walter and his wife on an episode. Noah, the perpetual single man, you know, but we got to get y'all on an episode. Maybe when Walter does the Hot Ones challenge, you and your wife can do it along with him. It can be like a couples contest.
So it's my time of the month this month, so I can't do it. I apologize. Especially when it comes to, I'll be honest, when it comes to hot shit, I can't eat hot stuff. I'm just not me.
Me neither.
I have a pretty big vagina when it comes to hot stuff.
I push it with buffalo stuff, and that's not really hot. That's more like spicy, and that's really about it. So there's Owens next week on Saturday and next week Wednesday. Oh, great. I'm double booked this week. Oh, gosh. This weather, though, and just this week and everything has just burnt me out beyond belief.
Don't remind me.
I'm right here with you. I don't know what it's been like in the Midwest in Ohio or in Canada or, you know, Charles, you're in Detroit, right?
Yeah, outside of it, was still Michigan in general. Yeah, it still helped.
So, like, I don't know what it's been like when y'all are, but it's been pushing 100 here where I live. And remember, I work in a restaurant where I have to be in a kitchen a good chunk of the time. So it's 100 plus the heat from the kitchen. And you're wearing all black slacks, black dress shirt. Pretty much simple man over here without the sports coat. Running around a restaurant.
Tempted to go into invest in an all-white suit and just dress up like the Yakuza.
Dude, I slept almost all day yesterday.
That sounds
it was
wonderful.
Crazy.
And I plan on doing that tomorrow after I get home from church, and very shortly when this is done too. Preparing everything for tomorrow. But yeah, it's been close to 100, 95s, high humidity, high 90s, and without a proper like AC unit downstairs till it finally came in, delayed by Amazon. I forgot UPS even existed. It's been a fun week, particularly for the rest of the family here. Now that finally came in, now the house is more sustainable. But still, with that and just the way work's going right now, it's been a whirlwind, to say the least, without the wind.
But we're here. We're here for the shenanigans. I don't know if y'all... I know I sent it to Noah. I don't know if y'all saw the post on X this morning, but tonight is a fan-dictated episode.
Oh, boy.
What do y'all want to talk about? You know, it has been very slow the last few weeks in professional wrestling. Not a whole lot to discuss.
No.
We could sit here, we could rehash the Owen for like the third or fourth week in a row. But then we get repetitive. Then we get repetitive. Then we get repetitive. And just we don't want to be like that. So let's try to leave Owen conversation until we get to the finals at the very least.
Same thing for the Fed tournaments too, if that's the case.
Fair enough. You know, I did have a little bit of a conversation with Stat Boy earlier because he was like, in what world does Dominic Mysterio beat Obafemi? And I said, well, hold on a second. Because on paper, it never happened, but we're talking about a world of scripted entertainment. Who is Oba feuding with right now? Brock Lesnar. You don't see a potential scenario where Brock could come out and cost Oba that match? That's in what world does Dominic Mysterio beat Obafemi? Do I like it? No, but does it make sense? Yeah. So little sidebar there. But for those of y'all watching, and there's 5 of y'all right now. I know Safet's in the chat, Matt's in the chat. This is your opportunity. If y'all got questions, if you guys got topics for us to discuss, throw them out there. Obviously super chatted topics and questions will take priority. But if you just got a question or a topic, throw it in there and we will discuss it tonight. It's going to be a very fan service show. But while we wait for conversation pieces to come in, let's go ahead and get this out of the way real quick. Not what was teased earlier. We'll get to that a little bit later. But of course, this Monday, we would be remiss not to mention again that we will be having an interview with the former Big Body Javier Bernal, now going by Core Kid Javi. Looking forward to that. It was also announced yesterday, I believe. Nick can help confirm that. But I believe it was announced yesterday on social media that we will be having the Pro Wrestling Symphony Tag Team Champions.
Yeah.
Royal Prestige, Tavon Jordan and Majestic. Going to be coming on to the show. That'll be a little bit closer to the July 11th show. We're going to have them on June 25th. Their next show is July 11th, so we'll be getting them a little bit before the show there. It is Tavon. I made sure when I was corresponding with him, I asked him, is it Tavon? Is it Tavon? Is it Tavon? And he was like, you know what? I appreciate you asking. And he was like, it's Tavon, like 2 separate names. So made sure I had that clarified so that when we have our interview with them, we pronounce the name correctly. Tavon is who I've been communicating with. He's on X. He's the email. Majestic is kind of a hermit. He's not on social media, but Tavon corresponded with him, communicated. They will both be on the interview, so we will actually have both of the tag team champions there. We will have another announcement a little bit later in the broadcast. Definitely want to wait for Walter to get here to do that. He's right now helping Statboy with the New York Knicks versus San Antonio Spurs game. He came in at halftime to help Statboy there. So we'll at least wait for him to get here. Maybe the top of the next hour. We may even wait for Ash to get here to mention it, depending on how long we go, because Nick's already said he's got the alarm going. Noah's hoping for a simple couple-hour night, so we'll play it by ear, but we're not giving it to you yet. You got to stick around.
Gotta wait, people.
Do I
Exactly.
hear? Yeah, JJ, I feel like there's been some renewed energy in your voice, good sir. I don't know. I'm feeling some like renewed, renowned energy flowing through you right now.
I think it's just excitement.
Okay.
For the announcement coming later. Because we've said this before, but this really is a big one for us. Like, it is one of the post-WrestleMania releases. So within the last 90 days, they were employed by WWE. That's huge. As big as getting Jack Cartwheel was, an Evolve talent, AAA talent, as big as we thought it was going to be to have Izzy, which of course that ended up falling apart. Such a busy girl. Understand completely. This is the biggest name we've announced. And I've been talking to another recently released superstar who only had a 30-day no compete. If I can make that one come through, then Noah, good sir, I am asking you right here, right now, on the spot. I know you've kind of backed off of interviews, but if I can make that one with the 30-day non-compete come through, please join me for this interview.
Won't promise anything. Depends on the schedule.
Well, I will make sure that I work around your schedule in order to accommodate you.
All right.
But I need you for that one. What's up, Money Mac? Good to see you. If you're joining late, this is a fan-dictated episode. If you've got topics that you want us to discuss, questions you want to ask us, this is your opportunity to do it. Super chats not required. We'd like them. Not gonna argue. But no super chats needed today. All topics, all questions will be answered.
Sweet.
So while we wait for some stuff to file in, I know, Noah, you did do Summer Blockbuster. Just, you don't have to run through everything. Just how was the show overall? You enjoy it? Good night? Not so good night? What are your thoughts, takeaways?
AEW always brings a little bit of delight to me as a professional wrestling fan and into my life. The only live show I watch for Wrestling Weekly the other day is Potpourri Retro highlight clips from all other companies, not named Japan Wrestling or Wrestling Eve. The show was cool. Shane Taylor, John Moxley, Battle of Ohio City. Which one hits harder? Which one's better? Cleveland, Cincinnati. Josh Mansfield, I think you should move. You should know by now. Overall, I thought that was a nice, fun opener. Great energy as always in the Jay Brady Music Hall. Very unique dynamic in the women's zone that took me by surprise. But honestly, I'm happy for her. And it also does change things a little bit and brings a little bit of history forward in the semifinals. And as the formula has been lately for AEW, the main events, they always kick ass. Swerve Strickland and Brody King took it to another level of violence and blood. And overall, I thought it was a nice, smooth flow for the night, continuing forward with the AEW World Championship ever-evolving dynamics and some other side tangents that are being built in sub-feuds across the AEW roster. It was a nice, fun, simple 2 hours, as AEW usually does on a Wednesday night, with not nearly as heavy advertisement BS that runs up my skin and grinds my gears. Enjoyed it. But basically, it was like me turning to the dancing frog from Warner Brothers. For 2 hours, I was engaged in a high level of passion interaction. And then as soon as it went out the air, back to sleep, not worrying about wrestling until next week, Wednesday Live. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I didn't watch today, though, because, of course, I had other priorities or passions. And again, as I told Nick, this focus was a promise based on the tournament and the importance of the tournament. Owen matches were the biggest reason that I'm doing this on a weekly basis. Otherwise, I'm already burnt out more than you could count different wicks on a candle. So yeah, next week Wednesday, next week Saturday, there are Owen matches. So both AEW Dynamite and Collision will be covered. As far as this, I need my Monday night fix. So this I'll watch on DVR Monday night. So I don't have anything as far as Summer Blockbuster Collision goes. But Wednesday night I thoroughly enjoyed. I wish I was there, but again, priorities over passions. And eventually, I will reinvest in my passions again when I can afford transportation, lodging, and the ticket. Since I am a simple man with no car and no license, I have to consider all three of those factors in anything I pursue. And also, of course, being introverted amongst people in society, too. But I loved it. It was the highlight of my week as a wrestling fan. We'll see if Dominion, which is in a few hours, follows suit. And of course, going to Forbidden Door and seeing the match that was booked that drove me an ash, insert this in my veins, professional wrestling madness. I can't ask for anything more than I would want from a professional wrestling product or a TV live event. So, as usual, AEW is par in what I love in professional wrestling, even on a weekly basis on television, where I still say, fuck television.
Okay.
I mean, that was pretty simple.
Simple and effective. But the simple man.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, apologies for the stall there. I was typing to put into the chats there. Got a question or topic? Ask away.
Ask people.
Oh man, I don't know. I think ever since Double or Nothing, not Double or Nothing. What was the last? No, what? Yeah, Double or Nothing. Because that was in May. I don't know. I think after Double or Nothing, my enjoyment, or I've just been so busy. I haven't really sat down and watched. I think I'll start back up after Forbidden Door. There's nothing really like wrestling nowadays. Like wrestling in 2026 right now isn't, to me at least, there's nothing that really jumps at you. Now, I mean, if they swerve us at the Owen, it'd be pretty interesting. But we'll see kind of how it all pans out.
That's fair.
Summer tournament season, aka wrestling on cruise control. Well said, Nick.
Yeah.
That's fair. And then, you know, we're always kind of in a holding pattern around Forbidden Door anyways.
Yeah.
Same with the Saudi shows. You know, that's why I think like King of the Ring going on right now to kind of build towards the Saudi show is a good thing, because at least it gives us something to invest in on TV. But same thing for Forbidden Door. Like you've got the Owen tournament where the finals will be at Forbidden Door, but otherwise there's not a whole lot going on TV in either company right now.
No, there's not really. Not really, yeah. Like that holding pattern is there,
and it's there every year.
Yeah, but I think this year is different because at least for the AEW, for the AEW brand, you know, we got to really see how they come out of Forbidden Door in towards Redemption, right? Because that's going to be their first pay-per-view. You know, it's crazy to me how, you know, AEW just likes being on the East Coast of Canada. I don't know. I wish
Stop it, Nick. Stop it.
I wish other places had
Chill. I seen you and Ash interact today. I saw that. Don't start, Nick.
She will be here. She will be here to wreak havoc on you.
And none of us are going to stop her. So you're on your own.
You can't help but poke the proverbial Canadian bear.
For all we know, it may end up at the next intro if you push her too far.
Listen, guys. You're right. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say it. It's just Manitoba sucks, and they're never getting an AEW pay-per-view. So I mean, it is what it is at that point. Like
Someone said Tony Khan hashtag pay-per-view for Manitoba.
So JJ, I don't think Nick's gonna be around.
Hold on a second. I got a question for Nick. When was the last time the Winnipeg Jets won a Stanley Cup?
Yeah, going to a different sport. This is turned to sports ball. I remember.
I don't know.
Because we know when the Leafs won one.
Yeah, but at least with the Leafs, we've been around for decades, where the Winnipeg Jets had to be around, and then they left, and then they re-entered the league. So I mean, like, I don't know. It seems like the only good thing that came out of Manitoba is Winnipeg Pro Wrestling. Well, that company's great. Great people over there. Oh yeah, and Ash too. See? Some good things come out of that.
You were just asking for it.
Interesting sub tangent.
I'll withdraw that question because the Jets have never won a Stanley Cup.
And they'll
I
never
can't
get
say anything.
and they're never gonna get an AEW pay-per-view. So I mean, it is what it is.
Oh my!
Hashtag non-sports for life.
Well, we did get a question from Safet, who usually we have to tell him, if you want to dictate super chat. So he's actually getting his questions in tonight.
You gave the people the power. What have you done?
He wants to know the thoughts on the New Japan Dominion card, which I'm going to say flat out, I have no idea what the card even is. I am not the New Japan guy, but you know who is? The simple man Noah Foster.
Hello. What did you get your thoughts? Well, considering Dominion's on in a few hours, I definitely am thinking vibes of Sakura Genesis for Dominion season, where I usually see the IWGP Heavyweight Championship change hands, much like Yasuchika Okada took it from AJ Styles and Tetsuya Naito under those conventions. Yota Tsuji has a real chance of winning back the title from the United Empire, which could lead to a unique dynamic, especially between Will Ospreay and Kyle Newman, where it still feels like big brother, little brother conversation. The faction that the bro started versus what the Prince has maybe elevated in his own violent, shenanigans-filled way. So I'm very curious about that main event. As far as the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship, Yo becoming the 100th champion, taking it from House of Torture's Doki, and after winning his first Mr. Juniors, I can be very poetic. Dominion is the second biggest show of the NWW calendar year, I feel like, consistently after Wrestle Kingdom. And I usually expect key moments ahead of G1 Climax as well as title changes to happen. Yuto Ice and Oscar, the Knockout Brothers, defending against Net Empire's Greto Khan, and Aaron Hinare face the Fury. It's going to be a hell of a hard-hitting match, so get your wrestling high, as Yuto Ice likes to talk about. Big ups in that one. Looking forward to that. And, of course, Andrade Igalo defending the Global Heavyweight Championship against Shota Umino and Drew Maloney. Shota Umino, who's basically taken every opportunity he can create for himself and losing. And Drew Maloney, who just became heavyweight last year, but has literally kept himself here at New Japan while the dogs with AEW. I think it'd be cool for Drew Maloney to get his first heavyweight title moment and bring the Global Heavyweight Championship home, because I don't think Andrade Igalo needs it. He already beat what he didn't call a real Latino man. And if Andrade wants to be in the Conference of AEW World Championship, he should make that his solo priority, in my opinion. As far as the rest of the card, preview tab dynamics, and then Sonata coming back out of nowhere. Still don't understand that. Challenging Konosuke Takeshita for the NWA World Television Championship, I believe, in the opener, 15-minute bout. If Kyle Fletcher somehow goes across the pond, or the Don Callis family's itinerary of screwing the Alpha, let alone Okada showing up some way and screwing the Alpha, which is a 1 out of 100 possibility, I don't see Konosuke losing that title, because Konosuke is still triple contracted. I also still expect Konosuke Takeshita to be part of this year's G1 Climax. Yes, please. And again, we are covering opening day. Overall, this Dominion card, like I said, when it comes to New Japan, it's a focus, it's a test, it is trial by fire for their next generation to lead this company as the premier professional wrestlers to be on the marquee. You got freaking past and future with Dangerous Techers hybriding with freaking Rihei Oiwa and Uyemura, of course, and a unique tag bout that I know actually going to be batty for, and will back me up for that as well. I think it's a pretty darn good card. I look forward to watching it. In fact, as soon as my countdown hits 0, that is literally what I'm going to probably do and transition to watching that while I prepare for church tomorrow, as I was taking care of some business earlier. But overall, I think once again, Dominion has a strong card. Lot of key championships on the line. I expect some to change hands, and I expect some of the results to have G1 Climax participant even eligibility qualifications. Do I expect some big announcement where somebody from NWW will be involved and been endure in a certain way? I don't know. But then the guys Andrade says, well, you know. So overall, I'm very happy where New Japan has stood with a lot of the rising, evolving talent. And I'm looking very forward to Dominion. It's definitely going to be my high for June, besides the Forbidden Door this coming weekend. So let's get right into it. And again, you all can tune in, MWWorld.com live. I believe it's 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Or much like I love the NWW World service, after the show's over, click a match and you can literally watch that match. Period. And then it just keeps on going forward through the show if you want to just watch the rest. That's how I avoid a lot of House of Torture shit. Because again, fuck that faction. But I'm looking forward to Dominion. Looks like a good card. Should be a hell of a fun night of wrestling.
Well, speaking of a fun night and people that bring on the fun, joining us now, Mr. Reliable Walter Cruz is with us.
Hi, Walter.
Nick, real chefs don't use microwaves.
Where did that come from?
Listen, it is true, but I'm lazy as shit, and I didn't want to turn on the stove. So fuck you, Walter.
It's also 11:30 for him.
True.
Who cooks 11:30?
This is crazy, dude. 53 years in the making. The Knicks. I never thought I'd say this shit in my lifetime. The Knicks are fucking NBA champions. This is
The
crazy.
Knicks won it?
Yes.
Wow.
Never doubt Danhausen.
That's right.
WWE's gonna be all over this shit.
Listen, you know who you shouldn't doubt besides Danhausen?
Chase University.
That too.
Oh no, that too. But you never doubt Joe Hendry. You never do it.
Or be cursed.
Last 10 minutes.
Oh, man.
Look what you did, Nick.
God damn it, Nick.
We're already off to a fun start.
Well, no, that's
Well, if Noah had to deduct 10 minutes from his clock, that means Nick has to add 10 minutes to his clock.
You know what? That should help me.
All right. Well,
Because I think that's only fair.
yeah.
Exactly.
Especially since you cost the 10 minutes.
I mean, I'll be honest. I don't really have a timer. I just kind of said that. So
Dude,
I'll add.
Spike Lee deserves an honorary ring just for being down for the Knicks all these years.
There's a lot of people. Him, Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, but Stephen A. Smith ain't show up to the games the way Spike Lee does.
Oh, of course not. It's like
him and Ben Stiller.
Spike Lee is at the Knicks games the way Jack Nicholson is at the Lakers
games. Yeah,
exactly.
Except Nicholson has seen the Lakers win a bunch of championships.
Right?
Are they in? They're not in New York though, right, Walter? They're
in
San Antonio.
Noah's like Noah has like a what sports? What?
Noah's like I don't
working on
care.
other stuff.
So let me ask you guys this, completely off wrestling on this topic, but again, we're waiting for more topics to come in. I had this conversation with Statboy during his pre-show. Would you rather lose the championship game in your home and be able to drive from the arena back to your house and be consoled by your family, sleep in your own bed? Or would you rather lose the final game in the other team's court and have to shower in their arena while the celebration's going on, leave the arena while the fans are celebrating, have to run into fans at the airport heckling you for losing, and take that flight of doom back home? I personally would rather lose at home. And I can just bail from the arena while the other team is celebrating. By the time the celebration's done, I'm probably at home with my wife, my kids, my wife consoling me. It's okay, there's next year, instead of having to go through all that other shit.
So I'm gonna answer you. I answer first. I would rather lose at the visitors. For the fact of they do it for the like any other sport, they do it for the fans. right? So I mean, I would rather lose in my opponent's barn to where my fans are not like. Let's be real, I don't think there were a lot of Knicks fans there. There's probably more
There
Spurs
was a
fans than
good
Knicks,
chunk. There
but
was a
more
good
Spurs,
chunk.
but more
Well, yeah,
Spurs than Knicks, right?
more Spurs than Knicks, but Walter and Mikey were both saying it was probably like 70-30, 60-40. Like there were a lot of Knicks fans.
Yeah.
It wasn't 50-50. It wasn't dominant, but it was more than 90-10.
But
You
I
know, like I
rather.
said,
You're right. It was probably 90-10.
well, no, it was more than
uh,
that. It was closer to like 60-40, 70-30.
So if that's the case, then I rather lose in their barn because I don't want to let my fans go home that night pissed, right? If it's game 5 like that, you know, I rather lose in their barn because I don't want to send my fans home disappointed.
Okay.
Well, if anybody's an expert in losing, it would be you as a Toronto sports fan.
There you go.
Damn.
Damn, Walter.
He's not wrong. Do you like?
I was gonna say the Maple Leafs, the Blue Jays, the Raptors.
Well,
Still.
No, but I mean, if you.
I mean, when was the last time Toronto even had a wrestling world champion?
Well, no, we have Edge.
When was the last time he was world champion?
Oh,
2011, probably.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't. That
15 years, like.
Yeah. 15 years, people.
But
I mean, Edge has been world champion more recently than the Maple Leafs have, but still, that's.
You're right.
That's saying that there's some good smelling shit, like.
Mm-hmm. It's, yeah, when the Jays lost here at home, like that was disappointing, and that's what I mean. Like, I wouldn't want to lose in my barn because then I'd have to hear the other team celebrating in my house. I don't want
that's
the other.
the thing. Like, I feel like if you lose in your house, you can just go to the back, grab your bag, and get out of there. Like, you don't even got to worry about showering, getting dressed. You probably live 10, 15 minutes away.
Yeah.
Go home and shower.
I agree with JJ because that flight could be an hour. I'm not saying flights are an hour. I'm just saying the flight could be an hour, but it'll feel like 8 after you lost at somebody else's home.
For real, like a flight from San Antonio to New York is probably at least a 3-hour flight.
Hmm.
You know, plus you've got to go through security check-ins. You've got to get there a couple hours early for your flight. You don't know how many other fans are going to be in the airport. Like I said, like you could be sitting there for an hour and a half, 2 hours waiting for your flight, getting heckled the whole time.
No, they're not. If you guys think that they're shitting at the airport, it's not how they especially with the NBA, those motherfuckers got chartered planes. Like they're not speaking to fans at the airport.
Dude, Ernie Johnson is a journalist and he's crying. He can barely ask questions right now. This is like legit history that we just saw.
Mm-hmm. Now, as far as the question answer goes, yeah, I'm gonna try to lose at home because I just go right to the next city after my freaking home is right next to, I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Noah, I know you're not a pro sports fan, but what would you prefer? Losing at home or losing at the other team's home? And then having to take that journey back?
Either way, your town's going to know that you lost in some capacity. Does it sting softly away from it, or does it sting softly when you're already there to cry home in your bed afterwards? Probably convenience with the bar and the hotel, probably home.
All right. Well, speaking of crying in his bed at night, here's the man who called the history. Statboy Mike is with us. Even though he said that after the game he was going to bed because he had an early ride in the morning.
Well, I do, but I still would like to pop in and officially say congratulations to the New York Knicks, finishing off a 50-year drought to become the 2026 NBA champions. And the captain, Jalen Brunson, is your 2026 NBA MVP. Wow, what a game, what a call. And we know of two people that are going to take credit for this, Danhausen and Stephen A. Smith. Those two are going to just go nuts all throughout who knows when. I'm very grateful for my family. I'm very happy that things turned around to where I could come into the sports bar tonight and call another historical match. It's like, wow. Noah and I, we think we called Brock Lesnar's last match at WrestleMania, and now I call a championship match and a championship game for the East Coast, where I now reside. It's a little bit northeast for me, but hey, it ain't LA, but it's still New York, and it's close enough. What a game. What a series. I'm happy.
Hey, you got to call history.
I guess I did. You know, I mean, Jalen Brunson was he couldn't speak. And you know how much trouble I have speaking most of the time anyway. So
this is accurate. I've known you for 30 years.
Exactly. Thank you. But I'm just glad it's over, and I just wanted to pop in and have you made your announcement yet?
No, I have not, but I did tell people I would make it at the top of the hour. So if you can hang around for about 10 minutes or so, then you can be here for it.
All right, 10 minutes.
I'll tell you what, I think Mike Brown's just secured the biggest paycheck for a head coach ever. This history, he about to get a fat paycheck, a fat contract renewal.
Dude, I'm just waiting to see the Danhausen championship t-shirt. There was already a New York Knicks Danhausen t-shirt after he uncursed them. There has got to be a championship shirt for him when they do the celebration parade, probably Monday or Tuesday, because it usually takes a couple days to iron these details out with the city. Danhausen needs to be there as part of the parade, wearing his Knicks jersey. Like, they need to give Danhausen so much credit, because if he hadn't done that cameo, uncursing them, they may not have gone on that run. And they only lost one game after he uncursed them.
You know how they got those championship titles that are in they gotta make him wear that Nick title. Like, just wear it around. Let it be shown on TV now.
Bro, they need to put him like on the side plate. Have the Knicks logo on the front and then him doing the cursed pose on the side plates.
I think Brunson is a WWE fan too.
Do that Sunday night's main event with the Madison Square Garden. Have Danhausen wear that shit. Wear that.
18th, they're gonna be at Madison Square Garden, dude. That has to be a thing.
It has to.
You gotta be a thing.
You gotta have him there and do this. Come on.
You've got to have Brunson there. Bring Jalen Brunson there.
Exactly.
Have him and Danhausen be in the ring together, or have Danhausen be in the ring. Have somebody try to punk Danhausen, maybe like The Miz, since the whole uncursing kind of fucked with the Cavs in the first place. Then have Jalen Brunson come for the save for Danhausen.
I want that to happen now.
Hey, I'm a good storyteller. You still want the puppet multi-person match that I
Yes.
Because I threw it in the intro, much to Noah's chagrin.
They're probably gonna end up doing like WCW. It's gonna be that tag team, Danhausen and Brunson against like that Indiana Pacer guy and Pat McAfee or something.
Dude, remember when our TNA, forgive me, I forget the dude's name, but Truth and the one guy The
Pac-Man
Adam?
Jones?
thank
Pac-Man
you,
Jones?
Pac-Man Jones.
Yeah.
Became tag champs, and then Pac-Man wasn't like able to wrestle, so it became Truth and Consequences Creed.
Mm-hmm.
Do that type of thing, but do it with Danhausen and Brunson.
Yep.
And just let it be for a couple nights. Let them win it on Saturday night's main event at the Garden, and they can lose it on Raw.
Yes.
There you go, WWE. We just booked it for you.
For real.
Especially when that guy's from the Pacers, what the Halliburton. And then you got Pat McAfee from Indiana. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Noah's like, please, God, no.
I was like, I know the whole time what we're talking about that. He's like, no. No.
Twitter is basically blue and orange right now.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
And then DC Dan has calling himself the King of New York now for uncursing the Knicks. I saw that 2 minutes ago. Loving it.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yep.
Well, Stat Boy, let me ask you this. Do you know if you'll be able to do the next game for the Stanley Cup?
I'm afraid it's going to have to be a no because I've got a late night client tomorrow night that's going to coincide with the end of the game. So as much as I would love to, like the voice says, priorities over passion.
What about
this would have been doing the finals? I think would have been the priority no matter what. If I had to pick one of the three, I would have wanted to choose the NBA Finals over all three because this was the option of New York winning and breaking the 50-year curse. That just surpasses everything right now.
Yeah, it's like when the Red Sox finally won the World Series and reversed the curse of the Bambino.
Yeah, indeed. And so I'm going to have to, I mean, unless I can miraculously work my schedule around it. But if it goes to Game 7, though, Game 7 of if needed will be on Wednesday, and I do believe I am fairly certain that can be done, but I will have to confirm it in about 48 hours. So if it goes to 7, I possibly can do it, but right now I can't do Game 6 tomorrow night.
No worries. So let's pray for a Game 7. Nick, I saw your hand. What's up?
Stat Boy, are you doing any World Cup games?
Probably not. Greece isn't in it this year.
Well, that's one reason. I think
I'd
it
say
wouldn't.
If we do
It wouldn't
USA
be,
and Mexico, then maybe you should do it.
It could be, but I don't know a lot of the terminology to soccer and the. I believe that the actual play of soccer is actually even slower than hockey, so it would probably be a lot of dead space.
Oh, the only thing I know about soccer is yelling "goal." That's about it. I don't know what the yellow cards are for, what the red cards are for. None of that shit.
If you want to try one game, if it lines up, I can do a game with you. If you're gonna do a game,
I would say if you guys are gonna do a game, then do obviously US because most of us are America based. Does Team Canada even have a team in the World Cup?
Yes.
We
Okay.
Canada. We're one of the. So for those that are wondering, or those that don't really watch soccer, so this year for the World Cup, it is the host cities are the States, Mexico, and Canada.
Okay. So I would say either do US Mexico, US Canada, U.S. Brazil. Some combination of those four, because I feel like those would be big ratings getters.
It all depends on how the tournament shapes up.
Exactly. But I would say wait for one of those type of games to do it, because I feel like those would be a big draw. Maybe UK, US.
I don't think England is in the World. Is England?
Oh, okay.
England is.
England is in the World Cup. Yeah. It all depends on groups, right? Like, Brazil is in their own group. I know that the States. So in Canada's group, in our group, we have Canada, Qatar, Bosnia, Herzegovina, and Switzerland.
Say that 5 times fast.
No.
Listen, for those soccer fans that don't know, that game. So I was talking to the missus last night, or when we were, last night, and Canada and Toronto, we're multicultural, and we have a lot of different cultures in European ethnicities here. But the one team that is missing from the World Cup, unfortunately, is Italy. Italy is not in the World Cup. They were beaten by Bosnia. So I was talking to the wife the other day, and Canada's first game was against Bosnia. If it happened a certain other way, it would have been Canada-Italy. And therefore, the city of Toronto would have been shut down. But it all depends on. I don't know who's in the USA group. I know it's USA and Paraguay, and I don't know the other two teams. So if you guys want to do a game, I don't mind. Just got to.
Again, we'll see if any of those type of games happen. Line up with everything. It is the top of the hour. We will take a quick commercial break and show the watch along trailer. And when we get back, we will make that huge announcement. We will be right back.
And now for a taste of things to come.
And as always, here at the Sleepover Studios, as that trailer shows you, here we truly encompass, embrace, celebrate, engage, pontificate, analyze, criticize, and react to the wrestling.
So we have kept you all waiting long enough. We told you at the outset of the show, or reminded you, I guess we should say, about our interview tomorrow with the former Big Body Javi, now going by Core Kid Javi, former NXT star Javier Bernal. We did mention at the start of the show about Royal Prestige, the Pro Wrestling Symphony Tag Team Champions, who will be having on the show just a few days prior to their free event in downtown Nashville, which hopefully the Stat Boy will be attending to represent us at.
Do my best.
And then there's the biggie. There's the one that I've been teasing for a little while as I was negotiating and ironing out the day and time and everything. And I got final confirmation this morning as far as the date and everything. So let me go to that email real quick and pull that up so I have the correct information. So it'll be July 28th at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. And the reason it's that far out is because it is one of the recently released WWE superstars, so they have a 90-day no-compete clause. This wrestler is a former tag team champion. He is a former member of the Wyatt Six. He also led his own cult in NXT. Joe Gacy will be joining us.
All right.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh shit.
Hopefully he doesn't blame us for good luck, because everybody we met at WWE got released.
Not everybody, because Thea Hale is still there.
Yeah, and Meechin.
Fab is still
Yeah.
there. Mia Yim is still there. Alicia Taylor is still there. Let's not everybody, okay? Just the Wyatts. Grayson Waller is still there. Not sure why he's still there, but he's still there.
Damn, JJ. Why you just say it like that?
Look, I like Grayson, okay? But what are they doing with him?
I don't remember him being the last
They
time on
had him
TV.
with- They
He's
had
still
him with the
employed.
New Day. Where's the New Day now?
They're going to AEW.
We haven't seen the New Day in at least a month now. We haven't
AJ.
seen Grayson since we saw the New Day. So I'm just saying, like, where's Grayson Waller at?
I'll be in Triple A at some point too.
But yes, we will be having the former Joe Gacy join us for an interview.
Nice.
Well done, brother. Good job, man. That's huge news, man. I'm very proud of you. I love my family greatly. I thank them every time I get to join you guys for shenanigans and watch alongs and everything. And I'm just what more can we do? I mean,
Well, like I teased when I was talking about that at the outset before I, made the announcement, and I was just teasing. I am working on another one, talking to another WWE release who only had a 30-day non-compete. And if that one comes to fruition as well, I have already asked Noah to please make sure he's there with me for that one, because I just need the simple man. I need you, Noah. More than anybody, I need you.
I can guess who that one is.
I think so too, Walter. I think so too.
Like I said, do what I can.
smile, Noah. Be happy.
No,
I'm
no,
taking
no.
off.
Noah's multitasking. He's tired. He's not feeling it tonight because of weather and all kinds of shit. And I'm kind of with him. Like, like I said at the outset, it's been pushing 100 degrees. You got to remember, I work in a restaurant, so I'm in and out of the kitchen dressed in all black. So you can just imagine how much hotter it's been for me. 100 degrees plus being in the kitchen in all black. No thank
Hey,
you.
I'm in a hot car driving around Sevier County for 8 hours a day. I know
You've
what
got
it
air
is.
conditioning. Shut the fuck up. And you sit on
It
your ass.
doesn't help all the time.
Damn.
Be good, family. I love you guys. I'll see you when I see you. Step way out.
Nick's going to have to refresh now because someone just left. And whenever someone pops in or leaves, he's always got to refresh his thing. So thoughts on Joe Gacy? The only person that's known about this is Walter. Because I always talk to Walter. Walter, ever since Vegas and even really before that, like Walter has become like my go-to dude when I'm talking about stuff, because whenever anything has to be financial, he's usually like the tag team partner. He's the guy that I go halvesies with. So he knew I was working on this. But thoughts on Joe Gacy going to be joining us for an interview?
Awesome job. That is the best way to put it.
Nick, you look pissed. Why are you so pissed about Joe Gacy?
Why does he look pissed?
No, I'm not pissed at all. It's great. I know I've been a little MIA because of work with the interviews. So hopefully these next ones I can be on there, and be with you guys.
Very true, Lee. Very true. I thought Cartwheel was big, man. Now this, yep, exactly. That's what I kind of said at the outset when I was teasing this, is like, I know I've used the whole, this is a big one for us a bit, and it's starting to get repetitive, It's starting to get repetitive. But when I said it, I meant it. And when I meant it, I said it. Because everyone needs to remember where we are in the pecking order. We're not Sapp, we're not Salcedo, we're not Meltzer or Alvarez or anything like that. We're not Malcolm, we're not Wheezy, we're not Minnie, we're not John Doe. We don't have those followings. But we got Joe fucking Gacy. Oh, Lee, I know, and I'm going to let Walter make that announcement probably after the interview on Monday, if he gets everything ironed out. But I'm not the only one that's been setting shit up. Walter has set up an interview also. But once he confirms date and time and everything, which will hopefully be in the next day or so, I'm going to let Walter make that announcement on the Walter Alex Cruz page. The SRS page will, quote tweet it and everything to promote it. But since he made that happen, I'm just going to let him make the announcement. Big moves coming. Big moves. Because like the Canadian King of Food has been saying for the last couple of months, this is our year, baby.
Yeah. Yep. This is
Train done left the station.
Train is gone.
You're on already, or you're jumping off. There is no jumping on until we get to the next stop.
Yeah, no, I haven't messaged anybody. You told me to take a breath, so
I did because I wanted to get everyone that had already been booked done. And now that we've gotten through all those, we can start kind of slowly making moves. That's why I reached out to the people I reached out to. I've reached out to a few people. You know, gotten some comments back from people. Others I haven't heard from yet. Some of them are going to get nudged by our friends out in Tennessee so that we can hopefully, get more symphony talent on the show. But yeah, making some big moves here. And like I said, I got another one that I've been interacting with. I chatted with on their Twitch stream, asked him about interviews, told me that he's not doing any just yet, but when he's able to, hit him up on his Instagram. Told him I sent him a message on Instagram, so whenever he's ready, he said, cool. He asked me what my show was called, and I told him, Saturday Shenanigans. I was like, but we do our interviews kind of during the week, so we planned that as midweek Shenanigans. It just doesn't have the same feel to it, though. But, we wanted to keep the Shenanigans branding, and they kind of chuckled on the air because they got it. And I was like, I understand your logic in keeping the branding because you've branded Shenanigans as your thing, but you're right. Midweek Shenanigans doesn't have the same ring to it. So things are moving in a positive direction for that one. Just need to lock it in.
Statboy left. Not to change the subject, but there's a stat about what like information of the last time the Knicks won the championship. The #1 movie was Poseidon Adventure.
God damn.
#1 song, Tie a Yellow Ribbon Around the Old Oak Tree by Dawn featuring Tony Orlando. The Rubik's Cube, the Heimlich Maneuver, and Post-it notes all have not been invented yet. Shaq was only 1 year old and 5 feet tall.
He was 5 feet tall and 1 year old?
It was a joke, I guess.
What?
They put that. They put that.
I was about to say, huh?
My sister was 1 year old. Like, that's crazy.
Well, they haven't won since '73, so.
I wasn't even born yet. And
I was not even around at all.
Okay, but I'm the oldest person in the room. I was born in 76.
That was 1998, so.
Yeah, see, everyone in the room is younger than me. So that's why I say, like, I hadn't even been born yet.
That's crazy. Poseidon was the
It's crazy to think that Patrick Ewing never won a championship.
You know what that would mean?
Did.
If they repeat this, that means that put in perspective, the next championship wouldn't be till 2079. If they follow that trend.
Goddamn.
Yeah, that's a long time. Well, I mean, Crazy Land. Oh, wait.
Oh, man. That's crazy. I got a question I want to ask. Yeah, that Garden weird-ass match I told you about, but I couldn't really talk about it because it was taped.
The Righteous Garden?
Yeah, did anybody actually watch it yet?
I watched
no, I
it.
did not.
Was I exaggerating how crazy that shit was?
I think I was on an acid trip. What was I watching? That's literally my reaction, was the whole match.
I don't know.
I loved it. I loved it, but what was I think I was on it.
I don't know if you saw it, but when Jeff was coughing and shit, he was right in front of me.
I know. When I saw it, I'm like, and I see Walter right there. Well, I'm being distracted by Jeff Hardy. I see, there's Walter.
It's crazy when you find yourself in certain situations. It's like, going back and watching some of the GCW stuff, and it's like, oh, there I am.
Mm-hmm.
I can't ever.
I was also there when Jeff came back to WWE, And Edge revealed the Rated R title, and I was front row right there on camera too.
Like I found a shot of us from the Midnight Express show, Walter.
Uh-huh.
The first midnight show we did, the hybrid pro wrestling.
Uh-huh.
Vandal 48 is coming out, and you could see us both just doing like a big old standing ovation right there in the background as they come around the corner. It's like we're the only people cheering them.
Yeah, everybody else is like...
Everyone else is like, boo, fuck Ohio. Me and
Yeah.
Walter are standing there like, yes, our saviors are here to stop the madness.
Oh man. Yeah, I was never seen on camera at all because I was in the most ridiculous seats. All the way at the top of cheap seats in the middle row. That was like not hard damn.
Speaking of Vandal 48, you saw what happened last Sunday?
Oh yeah, that Otis won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, that happened?
Yeah. He's
Otis
the ultra
got the
violent
belt
champion
back.
again.
Little bummed it wasn't Viper's, but you know what? I still think it's going to be her time by the end of the year. She's going to get that belt.
Hell yeah, it's her time. She over there posting pictures of kissing Shotzi on the mouth and shit.
Well, dude, you should have seen the picture she posted of her nails after TOS.
I saw it, yeah.
Yeah. That
Her
was
blood-soaked tank top. She's selling her gear from TOS. If anybody is crazy enough to want to buy it,
Somebody will.
shit, Walter will. He loves her enough.
Nope.
And Q Lee in the chat in 3, 2,
right.
1.
Well,
What's this about Walter buying another chick's clothing?
Right.
Get out of my head, JJ. How did you know what I was going to say? He's probably sitting there cracking up right now.
I believe we're probably getting ready to go confront Walter right now. As we speak.
Watch, we'll just see the chancla fly into the shot.
Literally just, hi, hello, out of nowhere. Like an RKO. But this time just a chancla to the head.
Chancla's like a boomerang. It just until it hits his target.
Yeah, I seen one. Someone being thrown at somebody before, and I'm like, yeah, goodness, I'm not on the receiving end of that. Because no, not in my life.
Tell you, she's probably listening to this just doubled over, cracking up because we know her so well, and none of us have ever met her. Like I've talked to her on the phone a little bit when Walter and I were in Vegas, but that's like the most that I've ever really spoken to her.
Oh man.
Shit, Noah still owes her a Jeopardy game or something, or Wheel of Fortune something. I forgot
Wheel of
what it was.
Fortune.
Yeah.
And he's still trying to play some Monopoly with Ash.
Right.
I heard that a couple times when going through the episodes trying to find clips about Ash playing Monopoly with her mom and Noah saying that he wanted a game against Ash.
Outside the ending clip when you showed, I was still laughing. We're going, what? No, just say.
We were talking about money. I know who's about to make money. Whoever the hell has to clean New York. They gotta hire the people that clean them up when the ball drops. That's what New York is gonna look like right now.
Right. I was looking at right now. What are you talking about? Oh, we're going crazy right now as we speak.
That's...
Well, while we wait there for some more questions to come in, what's up, Cleaver? Good to see you. 1/3 of the No DQ Review hosting team, Cleaver, Colin, Andrew. Yo, holler at your boy Big Vito. We want to get him for an interview. We talked to him a little bit in Vegas about the possibility of one. Walter told him that we were kind of connected to No DQ. See if you can pull some strings for us there, Cleaver.
Yeah, he knows me. He recognized me. I don't know why he didn't. He said maybe one day.
I'd love to get some JCW representation. I have a feeling we could get some of the other people from Juggalo, if we get Big Vito. If we can get like somebody big, we might then be able to get the Danny Moes, the J Rods, the Big Owls, the Brothers of Instructions.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we had Big Vito on the show.
Try to get Cocaine.
Dude, don't even get me started. Cocaine is such a chill dude. Like, I watched an interview he did with Mac Davis, who does the post show for JCW Lunacy. Him and Vito's wife and Jeff Lane usually do it. And they had an interview with Cocaine on there one day, and he was unmasked, just like chilled and talking. Dude does not sound like what you would expect him to sound like.
Still cool.
Just real calm, real chill, real mellow. He almost sounds like a stoner, which, you know, based off the gimmick in Juggalo, he very well could be.
It is still,
but like, just nothing that you would expect from Cocaine. And then I super chatted to ask him a question, and he answered my question. You know, I had asked him if being a silent character that doesn't talk, if he studied some of the silent movie actors for, you know, portraying his character. And he didn't recognize two of the names that I threw at him, but he did say that he uses a bunch of Charlie Chaplin. So
still funny.
Which surprised me that he didn't know who Lon Chaney was, the Man of 1,000 Faces, the original Phantom of the Opera. But, you know, movie was made 101 years ago, so I can understand him missing it.
Ooh.
What?
Speaking of movies, if you guys are movie fans, you should go check out our great pal Connor, his review
Here we go.
for the brand new movie Disclosure Day, directed by Steven Spielberg. Just came out and he did a review on it.
Nice.
Go check it out.
You're gonna have to send me his channel, that way I can sub to it.
Yeah,
Same.
if you look up Connor's name, if you just on
You're
Twitter,
gonna have to send me his channel so I can sub to it.
Okay, I'll send it to you.
Because if we try typing out that name, you're gonna get a whole other different channels. That's not the
I
one
was
you're
gonna say,
looking for.
may get more stuff. You know, it's just easier if somebody already has it and knows it. Just send the link. It's always easier. That way you go there directly.
And I was gonna say this too.
I do that when I promote Walter's channel.
Right.
It's like, instead of saying type in Rage of Wrestling and you'll find it. No, here's the link. Click it, sub. Do the things.
No, are you watching Card Sharks?
It's like always been that the whole time.
I'm asking you.
Almost had a match in AAA. I didn't even know that shit.
What?
Yeah, Omos had a match in AAA.
He's booked more in AAA than he's on the main roster.
I mean, to be fair, what are they going to do with him on the main roster?
And
Put him with Oba?
Oba Nomi.
Let's get Apollo Crews with him too. Oops. Did I say that out loud?
They should have. If they could have found like a Shawn Michaels type person, he could have been their Diesel, but they never did it.
AJ Styles.
That was the name I was going to mention first.
They used him in AJ for a while, but Omos was so bad that he was making AJ look bad. And how do you make AJ Styles look bad?
Exactly. Despite the fact that's how I almost got his first title, was freaking with AJ, and he was still bad.
Mm-hmm.
But Almost is a damn cool person to probably talk to, hang out with. That man's an anime fan. He's cool in my books even more.
Well, as we still await for more questions to come in, again, this is a fan-dictated show today. Any questions or topics that you have, submit them. we would love to discuss them and answer them. Safet, I know you've got to be sitting on a ton of questions because your stuff always gets ignored because it's never super chatted. This is your day, my guy. Get those questions in.
I see he sent one.
And we answered it.
Oh, that was before I came in.
Yeah. So while we wait, I will go ahead and talk a little bit about something that I did earlier today. I went down to downtown LA and there was a promotion that was going to be running a show called Pound Town Wrestling. I'm not making the name of that up. Pound Town, ran by the former Funkadactyl Cameron, Ariane Andrew. Any jokes that you're thinking of right now, me and Walter probably already thought and talked about in private.
There's puns there.
So went down to that. I didn't stay for the show, but I did go down there for the meet and greet. Prior to the show, they had a little Divas reunion. And we will get to those pictures here in just a second. Bam. Miss Kelly Kelly was there. Along with Miss Candice Michelle. Along with Layla. And the last minute edition of Taya Valkyrie. Now, I say this with the utmost respect in the world. One of these things just doesn't belong here. Which is probably why she was a last minute addition. And I felt so bad for her because I didn't see anybody going up to Taya. Because again, she was a last minute addition. Everybody had already bought their tickets for Candice Kelly and Layla. As you walked around, there was some of Cameron's old gear and outfits on display. Her girl bye outfit. And there's a picture of her wearing it. There's this outfit from a promo photo. And there she is wearing it. And there's this outfit from a promo photo. And there she is wearing it. And the whole reason that I went down there was to meet Layla.
Layla.
Yes, that is a half Divas, half Women's Championship belt that she has custom made. Which I just popped for so hardcore because you remember when her and Michelle cut the women's title in half.
Funniest shit ever.
And so she had this half women's title, half Divas title belt. But it was a very cool experience. Aside from the fact that Candice and Layla got there hellified late. According to their handlers, they were there, but they had to get makeup and hair and everything to come out and meet the fans while Kelly and Taya were up there as soon as the thing opened. But other than that, little thing, it was a good event. I did see Alex Gracia up in that area. kind of wished I had had a business card on me because I knew with the people I was going to see that there was going to be no point in having business cards. They're all going to be super expensive to book. They're all going to have handlers and everything. But if I had known that there was the chance I'd bump into somebody, no disrespect to Alex, but a little bit smaller scale than them, I would have had a business card or two. But didn't take a picture with her because I didn't want to, impose myself. But I saw her up in the area. Just kind of wanted to let her do her thing. Well, I'm not really sure where to go at this point.
I got something.
Right.
Huh?
I have something we can talk about.
All
And I
right.
think Noah
Well,
would be.
I'll tell you what, Nick. I'll tell you what. Let me run the trailer again because it's getting hot as hell in my room here, so I want to cut the fan on. So let me run the trailer real quick, and then when we come back, we'll do Nick's question or topic. We will be right back after this.
And now for a taste of things to come.
That trailer showed you here at the Super Level Studios. We truly encompass, embrace, celebrate, engage, pontificate, analyze, criticize, and react to all the wrestling. 16 minutes left.
And I just want to say, in addition to all of that stuff, Walter will be covering UFC Freedom 250 tomorrow. I just didn't put it in the trailer because I didn't want to have to edit the trailer again after tomorrow.
Exactly.
It didn't make sense to put a graphic in there just to have to take it right out. So, but yeah, Walter will be covering this tomorrow. I may or may not be able to join him for it. It just kind of depends on my plans and situation for the day. But yeah, make sure you tune in tomorrow, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, right when the main card begins, because there ain't no point in doing a pre-show. Walter has made that abundantly clear when it comes to UFC. So I have it scheduled to go live at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, right when that show begins.
Do you have to buy the? You have to buy the pay-per-view.
It's on Paramount Plus. So if you have Paramount Plus, you get to see it for free.
Hell of a card too. You got the lightweight championship is the main event. Ilya Tapora versus Justin Gaethje. You got Alex Pereira trying to make history, be the first person ever in UFC history to win 3 division titles. So, because he's already at the middleweight, the light heavyweight, he's trying to go for the heavyweight. He looks a little weird as a heavyweight, but you got to get used to it. You got Sean O'Malley versus Zahabi. You got Derek Lewis versus, who the hell is he fighting? Hockett. You got Ruffy versus Chandler. That's going to be crazy. Bo Nickel, which everybody seems to hate. I don't know why, but he's an American wrestler, represents the country. He's versus Kyle. And it starts with Diego Lopez versus Steven Garcia. They're doing this to celebrate America's 250th birthday, plus Trump's birthday, 80th, I believe. He's 80. So no politics involved. We're just doing this for the
Yes.
love of the sport, not anything political.
100%. That's what I said to Stat Boy when we talked about it on the NBA Finals watch along. Granted, this is taking place at the White House. Granted, people feel the way they feel about the sitting president. It's about the fighters in the octagon. It's not about the location of the event. It's not about the person that lives in the location of the event. It's about the 2 fighters in the octagon. And that's the way we're going to treat it. So, Nick, before we went to the trailer, you said you had a question or a topic. Come on camera, and the floor is yours, good sir.
Well, I can't come on camera for reasons I will not disclose.
Boo.
He's taking the
But-
Browns to the Super Bowl. No.
But I will say there's 2 things that we could talk about. Well, 3 things. I might join you guys for at least the beginning of that card. If I have Paramount Plus, I might join you guys. But we should talk about, because it was in the news, 2 things. One, and they're both AEW topics. So according to Fightful, the AEW roster, they're looking to add nationally televised performers to their roster this summer. So,
What does that mean?
and that is the conversation to be had. What does that mean? Who does that look like? I mean, we already know one team, but who else would that be? And second, and this is pretty neat because we did do a watch along for them at the beginning of the year. They were one of our first watch alongs. Limitless Wrestling out of Maine will now be on my AEW. That came out today, or that came out the other day. So could we be seeing my AEW, because it's now Limitless is on there, Produce or Product, I don't know, something with a P is on there now. It looks like a lot of indie promotions. It looks like indie promotions are starting to hop on board. So where do we see that going?
As far as the first topic, I don't know a whole lot about that. I don't know what that would mean. Televised performers on the roster? Are we talking like Logan Paul type of people?
Well, I think it's a foregone conclusion that the New Day are showing up.
Okay, so we're talking about old WWE people coming over.
Well, in Fightful's report, they said it was nationally televised. Let me see if I can grab it. Hold on.
Okay, but what does that mean? I hate the cryptic tone in some of these vague posts. You know, Jelly Roll is a nationally televised performer. So are we talking celebrities like Logan Paul, Jelly Roll, Big Boom AJ? or are we talking about ex-WWE TNA stars that are coming over, like the New Day, like Steve Macklin to join his wife, Deonna Purrazzo? You know, I need more clarity on that before I can engage in a conversation piece.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the second part, adding produce, adding Limitless to my AEW, it sounds like Tony Khan or whoever is driving my AEW is trying to turn that into the new WWE network or Triller. You know, because if you remember when WWE Network launched, you had classic WWF, you had modern WWE, you had WCW, ECW, World Class, AWA, Jim Crockett Promotions, all that type of stuff that you could find on it. You know, same with Triller. You have GCW, you have, or you had Revolver, you have House of Glory, you have OVW, you have a bunch of different companies over there. So it sounds like my AEW is trying to at least wheel in some of the companies that their talent works for a lot. You know, because Produce works very heavily with GCW and Jersey Championship Wrestling, the other JCW. So you've got Busta and the Brain, you've got Megan Bain, you've got Billy Starks, you've got those type of people that already work for that promotion, those promotions that work on Produce. So having them is going to make sense. You've got with Limitless, that's where MJF fought Alec Price and they became All Elite. That makes sense. You know, what would be interesting is if they add GCW to my AEW. Whatever is happening with Triller, I think the final nail in their coffin would be if GCW jumps ship to my AEW. Because right now I think GCW is what's keeping it afloat because of how frequently GCW runs. You know, House of Glory doesn't run frequently enough for it to be anchoring Triller. And I doubt OVW does numbers enough to be anchoring Triller, even though it runs weekly. Right now, I'm willing to bet you what is keeping GCW alive is, or what's keeping Triller alive is GCW. And everything that they brought with the collective when they were in Vegas.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think, you know, if whatever's going on with Triller, I think it's safe to say, you know, I can see people jumping ship from Triller, and if Tony's put him on my AEW, it's just more eyes on their product, right?
I think it's a matter of, does it make logistical sense for AEW to pick them up? Because if I'm Tony Khan, I'm not going around buying every tape library that like WWE did when the network started. I'm only buying stuff that matters to my content. You know, a lot of people are saying that the only thing TNA is worth these days is the tape library. But with DVD and Blu-rays not really being a thing anymore, you can't even really say that. Like if WWE wanted to put out the complete like AJ Styles or Ron Killings collection, that would be huge. Because let's take Ron Killings for example. You've got the K-Quick and Road Dogg era. Then you've got K-Quick on his own after Road Dogg got fired, which only lasted maybe another year. Then you've got Ron Killings. Then you've got the Truth evolution in TNA, the 2 NWA title runs, the tag title runs with Real Life Crew. Then you got the return to WWE, the 24/7 and everything, Little Jimmy, etc., etc. A 3-disc compilation of all of that shit broken down into eras, K-Quick, TNA, the return, would sell huge. But nobody buys DVDs anymore. So I'm only buying libraries to put on my AEW if it makes sense to my product. If I'm Tony Khan, I'm making phone calls to Super Dragon and trying to buy PWG stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Excalibur, The Bucks, Scorpio Sky, Christopher Daniels, Bryan Danielson, Samoa Joe, Claudio Castagnoli, like all these guys, Danny Garcia for later years, Kenny Omega. All these guys have footage in PWG. Eddie Kingston. Having all of that old footage that people could look up and see, that would be a reason to subscribe to my AEW.
Yeah, I hear you. It would. I mean, if the old PWG tape library was on there, and even because the Bucks have stated that they would be open to purchasing PWG, right? So, even
they were
if
already part owners.
So,
I don't know. I know who the original PWG 6 were. Okay, the 6 founders of Pro Wrestling Guerrilla were Excalibur, Disco Machine, Super Dragon, Top Gun Talwar, Scott Lost, and Joey Ryan. I saved him for last for reasons. We all know how the wrestling community feels about him, but he was one of the 6. Got to give credit where credit's due, at least in that regard. When Top Gun retired, and I think when Excalibur retired as an in-ring performer, Matt and Nick came in and bought their portion to become owners. I don't know where it went after that. As far as I know, Super Dragon was the only one running things when it finally fell off. And the only reason it fell off was because his wife, I want to say she was fighting cancer, definitely some kind of health issues. I'm not trying to spread rumors. I believe it was cancer. And he put everything on hold to tend to her, which is commendable. Because everything that I remember about the man behind Super Dragon was a dick. So for him to have changed that much to put everything on hold to take care of her, nothing but love and respect for him. Whenever her health gets better or gets worse, as if it is cancer, you know how that usually ends up. If he decides to resurrect it at that point, would love to see it. If it's not going to be, completely understand also. But to my knowledge, that's the long and the short of Gorilla. So like my original point was, I know Matt and Nick were partial owners at one point. It would just be a matter of buying out the rest.
Mm-hmm.
if they were still partial owners when everything went down, because they may have sold their portion when AEW started. They may have sold their portion when they were wrestling in New Japan more heavily. I don't really know.
Yeah.
I was out of the business at that point.
Mm-hmm. So I have the clip. I have the quote.
Well,
again,
before
this is-
we get back to that
okay.
part, let's go around with my AEW topic, because we kind of
Okay.
that seems to be getting the heavier traction. Let's finish that topic off, then we can go back to the other topic. Charles, we'll go to you next.
All right. Considering like the hell is going on with Trill right now, considering Wrestler Revolver is on YouTube right now, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't mind if it be content go to my AEW. But
Well,
also,
let me ask you something. Would you want one of these companies that's currently on YouTube, like Revolver, like West Coast Pro, like Juggalo, like MLW? Would you want them to go to my AEW and be back behind a paywall? Or would you rather see them for free on YouTube and stay there?
yeah, for my case, yeah, I definitely prefer being on YouTube. It'll be a lot more easier to catch up with at times. So there's pros and cons to it, of course.
I think that anything that doesn't have a streaming platform or is on the Triller ship looking to jump, I could see that being a prospect for my AEW. But if you've already made the jump to YouTube and you're free, I feel like you're going to piss off some fans by now jumping behind a paywall and making people pay for what they've gotten for free.
Right.
Especially when you're not WWE or AEW.
Exactly.
WWE, I feel, was successful when they did it because Raw and SmackDown were still free. You got the pay-per-views for $10 instead of paying $40 or $50.
Oh, those days were fun.
Right? Uh-oh, Noah's doing the countdown. So let's go to Noah for his thoughts before he disappears.
More content, more audience. If you can do it, go for it. Just don't go behind a paywall unless you're doing something that's tremendous to WWE Network. Otherwise, you're going to become another WWE. And if you're trying to be an alternative and keep that fan base of the alternative, you best not become a freaking similarity, much like TNA, before they become an acquisition of the Fed, probably in 2027. With that being said, enjoy Dominion. Enjoy your week. I'll see you all for Dynamite. Goodbye and good night. Bang.
Have a good night, Noah.
Straight to the point.
And then there were 4. Go ahead, Charles. You can finish whatever thoughts or points you were going to make. I saw Noah doing the countdown, so I wanted to get his thoughts in before he bounced.
I saw him grab his phone too, so that's why I stopped talking. I'm like, uh-oh. No, get JJ, break it to Noah quick before he disappears on us. But I think I finished all my points on this one.
All right, Walter, go ahead.
I feel like if Tony got GCW, Triller is over with, because I really don't see nothing holding it, and I wouldn't mind if you made it the same price as Triller. Plus, they might be that petty because of the whole Triller. The pay-per-views used to be offered on Triller from AEW. Then all of a sudden, I don't know exactly what the hell stopped it or what issue it was. Maybe it was the max deal or something, but I think what Tony should do, if you want to get subscribers, you remember WWE always gave like a free month or anything? Okay, Max gives you, I think, $10. You $10 discount on the pay-per-views. Give it 20. Say if you subscribe to that You are now paying $29.99 for the pay-per-views or something, along with all this extra content and stuff. But
I'd go one better. And it sounds crazy, but I'd go one better. Get the first pay-per-view for free.
Yes.
Because AEW pay-per-views are like $40. And AEW pay-per-views tend to deliver better than WWE does. Nick will be right back with Noah leaving. He has to bounce in and pop back out.
and
There
I
he
would
is.
make sure All In's the first pay-per-view give out free.
Well, it would just depend on when you subscribe. Like if you
Yeah.
subscribe now, you'd get Forbidden Door free. If you subscribe next month, you'd get the new pay-per-view for free. If you subscribe in August, you'd get All In. But it would be a thing for new subscribers only. That way people can't subscribe, cancel, resubscribe, get the same pay-per-view for free, cancel, resubscribe.
That.
But that's what I would do, because you hook them on that first pay-per-view, and especially if it's Double or Nothing, Forbidden Door, All In, All Out, they're going to stick around to pay that $40 each month. Be like, dude, we got that for free. I got no problem paying $40 for that quality. Yeah, TK loses money on the deal, but think about what you gain in the process. Good faith with the fans.
You'll make a lot more money in the at the end, in the back, in the business at the end of the deal rather than at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say this, with how uncertainty too, with the Paramount thing going too, better than
Oh my God.
With the whole adding other companies things, like my AEW is probably going to be more taken off at this point.
Listen, that Paramount deal, you can timestamp it. I don't think it's happening.
Because of the UFC?
What? No. There was a report saying that there was no exclusivity, so it doesn't matter if the UFC is there or not. I have one of my favorite movie content creators, and he did a lot of talking about it. I mean, this deal is going to go through rigorous litigation.
Time out real quick. I'm sorry for interrupting, Nick. I just saw this on X. This is legit from shopwwe.com.
Did they? Oh
they
my!
Fucking did it, Champhausen.
Oh wow!
Okay, note to self. I'm writing that shit down. So, it's probably expensive as hell, but I don't care. I need to get some Danhausen merch anyway. It's long overdue.
$34.99.
That just made my job a lot more easier. Holy crap! I'm getting some Danhausen merch. He's a fellow Michigan native after all, so I gotta,
Go ahead, Nick. Sorry for interrupting you. I saw that. We were talking about it earlier. Had to circle back real quick. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. No, like I said, there's a movie pundit that I watch, and there's a lot of things about this deal that there's a lot of litigation and a lot of information that has come out, and I know that there was a tweet about the Justice Department that said they approved it. But this thing is still gonna, I think, from the last time I heard, or from the information that I've gathered and that I've been listening to, the state of New York and the state of California are filing lawsuits about this merger. You also have the EU looking into it and doing their investigation. And the UK is also doing, they're going to be filing a lawsuit as well. So there's a lot of logistical litigation hurdles that are have to go on with this deal, and I don't think it's going to go through. From what I understand and from what I'm listening about, it's going to be tough for this deal to go through.
Well, considering it's got till next month. Literally, next month is when this thing's finalized.
No, sir. No, sir. This is going to be months of litigation. This is not an overnight. This is not an overnight thing. So for those people wishing for AEW's cancellation, you're going to have to wait a little bit.
Nobody that I know is wishing for the cancellation. They just want it to get better. There's a big difference.
Oh, no, I know that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, there's nobody that I know, even the staunchest AEW haters and critics, don't want it canceled. They just want it to get better.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to make that clear, because none of us, and I don't know anybody out there that's trying to get it canceled.
I mean, you do have those people out there. They are out there, right? It's nobody that we interact with because we don't want to see that. But there are people out there that want this company to die. So yeah, I'm gonna send you guys the link of the gentleman that I listened to, and you guys can kind of scroll through his YouTube channel and listen to his what he's got, like his knowledge and stuff. Is actually really an interesting listen.
So my question for you, Nick, is with all of these other movie reviewers that you listen to, do you watch Renegade's reviews?
I have actually. I have watched one of your reviews.
Just one?
Yeah, you know what?
Got to get caught up on some of those. There's like 700 episodes, bro.
I mean, I think we should totally do one together. I would be open for that. Just saying.
Possibly, but you need to watch more than one episode.
Okay, deal. I'll watch more. I'll try to watch more.
I need you to watch at least a dozen episodes.
Deal. Okay, deal.
Out of 700 and something, I think a dozen is a small to ask.
All right, I got you. You know what? Because you're asking about it and you're asking me to do it, I'll you know what? I will do it. I will watch. Like, just don't ask me to retweet it because I won't retweet it, but I will definitely.
Well, I am going to say if there's a movie that you pick, because like a lot of stuff on there. There's Marvel, there's DC, there's Star Wars, there's horror, there's Christmas movies. Find a movie that you really like, tweet it, please, because it may be an episode that's been sitting dormant for like 5 years and you may get some traction on it for me.
I will do that. I mean, when the new I can't wait for the new Spider-Man movie to come out. It's gonna be.
When does that drop?
When is it again?
Mid-July.
I know it's
next
month.
I'll tell you what. Watch 12 episodes. Tweet out at least 3 of the 12 that you like, and we will do the Spider-Man movie together.
Ooh, okay. I'll
that is my deal for you, and you guys can timestamp it 2 hours and 4 minutes and 17 seconds into the stream.
I'll get on that. Yeah, no, Spider-Man coming out is going to be like the movie slate that is out there right now is
It's
insane.
about like the new video game slate. And I'm not a gamer, but I've heard people talk lately about all the games that are coming out.
Dude, oh my
I hear
God.
Charles laughing, but for
Listen.
real, like I'm not a gamer, but I've heard people talk about all the games that are coming out soon, like within the next 6 months before the end of the year.
That's not November specifically being the biggest one.
What?
Well,
GTA
that's
6?
assuming it doesn't get pushed again.
Yeah, GTA 6 is
Hope
getting
not.
Considering there's still no trailer, according to those people, assuming it doesn't get pushed again.
Yeah, no.
But,
GTA 6 is getting pushed.
But even not counting that with everything that's being announced,
Oh man.
yeah, I'd say if the movie slate is anything like that, we're eating good.
Because our next year is Doomsday.
I've already told the missus. I've already warned her. I said I mean, I have a PS5 and I do play my video games.
But Charles came on camera because we started talking about games for a second.
Well, I mean,
He came out of his sewer manhole.
Right? He popped out.
There's only one game that matters that's coming out. There's really only one, and it's probably the biggest. It's the biggest newsworthy one. You have to think, for decades, Halo was an Xbox exclusive. You never thought that game would ever go anywhere else but Microsoft. And the fact that Halo is going to be launching on the PlayStation, that puts an end to any brand exclusive talk of games. Like, it's done.
Well,
no, man. What do you mean?
not the next new Gears of War game that is console exclusive for
Listen,
Xbox.
Between Gears, you're going to be going between Gears of War and Halo. Halo has more longevity than Gears. Sorry to say.
I love how we're talking all this and Noah just not here. We're joining this conversation, probably not.
So I already told the business, I'm like, yo, I'm buying Halo for PlayStation. Like, it's not even a question.
I
See, Walter's in trouble.
No. I was about to say, someone's in trouble. I'm waiting for next year for more reasons. So part 3 of a remake trilogy I've been waiting for. But then I'm still waiting for another Square Enix game. Ugh. Not into that. I'll be here forever.
I'm gonna have to go. No, she wants me to ride with her to get the kids.
Well,
yeah.
All right.
Well, damn.
All right.
Well,
hasta la pasta.
There it goes. See you, Walter.
Oh, Jesus.
And now this is where you got the 3 crazy people that would drive Noah up the wall that is left.
And
but
2
we had
people
4.
that aren't even on camera.
You were saying? I turned mine on for a bit. Let's go ahead. Where's
oh no. JJ Sock?
Yeah, Walter left, so Nick's got to pop in and out.
Nick's got to go and come back.
Mm-hmm.
As always.
It happens every time because Nick's got the shoddy Canadian service.
You just find ways to say the most crazy shit, don't you?
Hey, how much crap was he talking earlier? And he's the only one that has this issue.
That's fair. That's also by him being cursed for it. How many times over? And it's not by Danhouse, it's by Ash. Well, we know. Or both.
Ash paid Danhausen to curse him.
You know what? That one surprised me.
What about Ash?
We're talking about how you're cursed. You're the only person that has to deal with this. When someone leaves or comes in, you've got to dip out and come back.
Yep.
Well, so you're cursed. I said it was that shoddy Canadian service.
Listen, the only thing that's cursed in Canada is
the Maple Leafs, the Raptors, the Blue Jays.
No, it's Manitoba not getting an AEW pay-per-view. So.
Oh my! You do realize if Ash Schwartzer go back and listen to this right now, she's going to say something to you.
Ash is off work. It's just a matter of time before she gets home and joins Nick.
Hey, we're not saving you. That's a hill you put yourself on. We're staying far away from that one. We're staying all the way down there and go. Nope, we're good.
I don't know what y'all are talking about.
Yeah, she said she gets off at 12 Central, which is 10 Pacific. It is 10:15 almost here.
It's only 1:13 for me.
Well, yeah, because you're on the East Coast. She's Central, so.
That's true. Yep.
So I don't know how long it's going to take her to get home. But, just watch yourself, Nick, because she could pop in at any moment. It could be one of those say her name and she appears type of situations.
And at that point, we're not saving you. You brought upon yourself on more than one occasion.
He knows.
Again, I can say her name and she can appear. But in Manitoba, we'll never see an AEW pay-per-view, so.
Never say never.
Oh,
just don't.
That was another one this week.
What?
Oh, the never say never. So I don't know. Again, Fightful, Sean Rossap, great guy. I wish we can get Sean on the show. Like, interview Sean. That'd be great. I feel like that'd be really interesting. Never mind.
You made JJ lift up his whole face for a second there.
I was just trying to readjust. I'm sitting on my bed and, gotta be comfortable every now and again.
Never that easy.
There was a story about CM Punk and his possibility going back to AEW.
I've seen enough of this that entire nonsense for a week.
Yeah.
Drive me up the wall.
For starters, again, never say never. Business is business. If Matthew and Nicholas and Philip can get into a room and squash shit, there's money left on the table to be made. But I think it's just a simple break. How many years did Roman Reigns take a break after WrestleMania and come back at SummerSlam? And we're going to hold it against Punk, who's been working consistently since his return, except for while he was injured. And even then, he was making big shows to further the storyline with him and Seth. And we're going to hold it against Punk that after Mania, him and his wife have taken time away from TV.
Thank you. I'm just tired of hearing that.
For how many years did Brock only work the Big Four as champion?
The only time you see Brock a lot more often was 2015, where he was like, Battleground, after Mania, SummerSlam, Hell in a Cell.
Like this year, we've seen Brock and Roman more than we've seen in years.
Exactly.
But we're hating on Punk for taking a little bit of time off and letting them get their shit in.
Time off that he quite rightfully deserves after being full time after he came back.
And let me ask this question: where does Punk fit in the storylines right now?
That's not Raw. Might as well move to SmackDown.
Fighting in the King of the Ring to try to get a title shot?
No.
Fighting in Money in the Bank? Possibly. But that's October now, because that got moved again.
If you would make history if he would win that.
He'd be a 3-time champion.
Yeah, no one has won the Money in the Bank 3 times.
Nope.
And Punk would be crazy enough to do it. This man decided to do Hell in a Cell and War Games back to back, so he wouldn't be crazy enough to do anything.
Technically, he's the only person to win it twice, I think. Because Edge,
Seth Rollins.
Kennedy, okay. that was during my hiatus. So I was going to say
First time.
Edge beat Kennedy for the briefcase for his second run, and Miz beat Otis for his briefcase for his second run.
Yeah.
So I was under the impression that Punk was the only 2-time, but if Seth did it twice, then okay.
Larry Seth won in 2014. That led to the cash in at Mania the
The
following
heist
year.
of the century.
And then the last one was obviously last year, the night one.
That's right. Okay, I forgot about that. Okay.
So there's been a lot of 2-time winners on the male side, at least.
Well,
the men's side.
Again, technically there have only been 2.
True.
Because again, Edge beat Kennedy. Kennedy won Money in the Bank. Edge beat Kennedy to take the briefcase off him. Otis won Money in the Bank. Miz beat Otis to take the briefcase off him.
I forgot that money. That was crazy. That year when Otis won,
So-
that was just
So there have only been 2-timers for the men.
Yep.
Ironically, the 2 that feuded, Punk and Seth.
The only other one that could get close to that is Randy Orton. But I highly doubt Randy will be able to be in a ladder match again the way,
God, please no.
That's the last thing we don't want. We don't want him to be, actually permanently into retirement. We don't need that. We don't. Despite he's been gone for now 2 months at this point. Which is, let's not go there.
But go ahead, Nick, and you can read your quote now, and we can get into that topic.
Yeah.
Nick?
Uh-oh.
I gotta find it. Hold on.
Oh, my.
God damn it, Nick.
Damn
you had
it.
one job.
Well, this is not awkward. We just sat here literally going through Money in the Bank history winners here and everything else, and you still don't have the damn quote?
Okay. I got it. So
You sure?
So the quote from Fightful is that AEW is also expected to bolster its roster. I got ads here. Stupid ads. Expected to bolster its roster in the coming months. According to sources, the company is planning to add talent with national television exposure sometime this summer, potentially bringing more recognizable names into the mix as the promotion continues to strengthen its lineup.
Okay.
And that was from Fightful Select and Shauna Ross Sapp. So, the only ones I can think of bringing in is, like I said, the New Day and the Motor City Machine Guns.
But that was good by to anybody else. Anybody. That's the thing. Think of anything else on the top of my head.
The problem is that AEW doesn't need more talent on the roster. This is a conversation that's been had for a very long time. WWE doesn't need more talent on the roster. Both companies need to do a max exodus and release a bunch of talent. It sucks that people would lose their jobs, but the independents right now would be a great place for those people to go. And not everybody's going to want to go to the indies. Some people will just retire. But there's money to be made on the independents. The independents, in a lot of ways, are better than the major companies right now. The independents are more must-see TV for me than WWE, AEW, or TNA is. Hell, you could probably start a couple of independent promotions with all that talent. You know, like a PWG style that runs off of all-star talent. But AEW does not need more people. You've already only got technically 4, realistically 4.5 hours of TV time a week. And people that don't even get featured.
Yeah. Again, and you have people coming up. Like, it seems like to me that, you know, Shane Taylor Promotions is going to be a thing on Collision now. So, brand split, please hurry.
Something.
Because something's got to happen at some point.
I mean, we've talked about it. It has to happen. Like, it needs to be a thing. I think we've gone on long enough, and it needs to happen.
And the only people that should be on both shows are the 2 world champions. You know, the men's and the women's. The TBS and TNT champions should be on the respective shows. Dynamite is on TBS, TNT's on got Collision. There you go. The international and the continental titles, split them. The tag and the trios titles, split them. The women's tag, I'm not sure. Put that on Dynamite, I guess.
No, you can have those float. I think you can have those float between Dynamite and Collision.
Fair enough. But am I missing any titles?
The international.
I thought I said the international and the continental split up.
Oh, the national.
There's an international and a national?
Yeah,
That makes
the
no
title.
fucking sense.
The title that Mark Davis is holding.
Okay, that doesn't make any sense, but okay. So anchor the women's tag on one and then the national on the other.
Yeah, you could. Or you just merge the international
And the continental and make an intercontinental title?
Yes, your intercontinental title could be. I mean, they made the unified title. Have that be your world heavyweight title, right? And that way, you can keep the national title. I always said it, and I remember saying it to Noah. The national title, the only people that should be holding that national title should be your young guys. Guys you want to experiment with in the aspect of having a title, right? Young stars. The TNT title should be the step above it. And then the international title or the intercontinental the international title should be your 1B title, right? Your World Heavyweight Championship. Intercontinental title should be that title shouldn't even be there. It should just be. It just shouldn't even be. So stupid.
Mm-hmm.
JJ?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I was like, did you mute?
No.
Yeah, nope. Need it.
See, this is what happens when Asher's not here. She should just be here.
She will be here soon enough, I'm sure.
Exactly. So now,
assuming we're still on the air, because we're starting to wind down.
And I got nothing.
Same.
Yeah, I gotta.
I tried to think of something, but that went out the window. The moment Nick over decided to go bring the game, or Jay just says about the game conversation.
Yes. Yeah, no, I gotta go as well. So,
well,
damn. Fine, Nick.
I see how it is.
Listen.
Now you're over here pissing JJ and the boys off.
Listen.
Damn.
You can. There's 4 things in life that are absolute: death, taxes, Nick pissing people off, and Winnipeg never getting an AEW pay-per-view ever again. Those are just 4 absolutes.
All right, well, why don't you tell people where they can find you, Nick?
Oh, you can find me on X at, what's my ad again? The ad that's in the description. It's on the screen. Yeah, that ad. That ad. Follow me there. You'll love it. I swear. Yeah.
You're just asking for it from Ash, man. You know that? You're just asking for it.
He is. Well, thank you for joining us, Nick. We will catch you next time.
Well, you guys.
Will you be there Monday for the interview?
What time is that at?
8 Eastern, 5 Pacific.
I will be there.
All right, we'll see you the Monday.
Mondays I don't have anything. So it should be there to talk.
Sounds good. See you Monday then.
All right, guys. Talk to you later.
Yep. Bye.
And now,
then there were 2.
And the most unexpected final 2.
Really? Well, we'll go ahead and we'll start running through the shills and we'll get out of here then, Charles.
Might as well. No one's left.
Follow Walter on social media. You can find him at Rage of Wrestling on YouTube, walter.cruz.940 on Instagram, Walter Alex Cruz on X and Blue Sky. You can find our resident Pink Ranger, Datilla, at Rangers of Wrestling on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitch, Datilla_ on X. Also, make sure you support her newest venture, Pop Culture Powerbomb, that is PC Powerbomb on the X. The Simple Man, Noah Foster, you can find him at nfoster1916 on YouTube and X. Our baddie friend Ash, you can find her on X at ShadowBatAsh and on YouTube at Baddie4Wrestling. Charles, why don't you tell everyone where they can find you?
You can follow me on Twitter at TucsonGrand, but better believe it, chase you people, or be cursed.
And speaking of Chase University, You can find me on Instagram at the Renegade JJ Williams, on YouTube at Casa D18 Studios, on X at Casa D18 Studio, no S at the end on the X. Of course, make sure you're following Simply Reliable Studios at SR Studios 2024 on the X, as I am the one that primarily runs that account. Make sure you tune in on Monday when we have our interview with the former Big Body Javi, now going by Core Kid Javi. We also have our interview coming up with Royal Majestic, Tavon Jordan, and Royal Prestige, Tavon Jordan and Majestic. Botch there on me. And then you heard it here tonight, Joe Gacy will be joining us here in July once his 90 days expires for an interview. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for Walter as he covers UFC Freedom 250. And that is going to wrap it up for everybody and everything. Thank y'all for joining us. It's been a pleasure being back in the host seat. We'll see how long it lasts. May have Noah back here sooner rather than later. Thank y'all for joining us and tuning in, and we'll catch you guys next time.